I have not seen someone sabotage their own career so much in the past few years like Kanye West since Kanye West in the 2000s. Hello everybody, I'm Jeffery Phillips, and yeah, Kanye West. There is no denying that Kanye West is one of the greatest artists of all time and also one of the most influential artists of all time. I mean, ever since 2004, Kanye has been releasing critically acclaimed album, followed by critically acclaimed album, followed by critically acclaimed album, etc., etc. And then he had that one album where he was enlightened by Jesus Christ. And then he released another critically acclaimed album. However, since 2018, it seems Kanye has been addicted to being controversial. Now, don't get me wrong, Kanye has always had a knack for stirring up controversy, but since 2018, it seems to be a yearly affair for him to say or do some fucked up shit. For example, in April of 2018, Kanye implies slavery is a choice by saying, "We've been hearing about slavery for 400 years. For 400 years? That sounds like a choice," which is just crazy to say. That's something I would expect from a 14-year-old on Reddit, not a public figure. Then in the 2020s, we had all the drama surrounding Kanye and Kim Kardashian's divorce, and Skeet Davidson, of course, where basically Kanye was posting about Kim Kardashian daily, threatening Pete Davidson all the time. Then he made a song about Pete Davidson, and in the music video, he killed Pete Davidson. In 2021, he had a concert with Drake. This isn't a controversy, it's more just funny, where he changes the lyrics to his song Runaway to have to do with Kimberly, and it moves Drake to tears. I need you to run right back to me, baby. Then in 2022, Kanye released some clothes with the phrase, "White Lives Matter," which, come on Kanye, in what world is that not controversial? And then he goes on a press run saying a lot of anti-Semitic shit, and he also posts on Twitter that he's going DEFCON 3 on the Jewish community, which, to put it delicately, is not very good to say. But later in 2023, Kanye did some damage control and posted on Instagram that watching Jonah Hill on 21 Jump Street made him like Jewish people again, and he apologized to the Jewish community. So I think we should all forgive Kanye too. This year, in 2024, Kanye was set to release his new album, Vultures, and even gave us a snippet to listen to, which is interesting to say the least. Say the wrong thing. Okay, you the king, Burger King. But as of now, the album is not released, and honestly, it's probably gonna never release. So that's just a brief history of Kanye's latest controversies, which, although very interesting, I do not want to talk about them today. What insightful comments could I really add to those anyway, other than, yeah, that's pretty fucked up, you shouldn't do that. What I did want to do is take a look at some of the under the radar type of stuff he did in his early career, and have a little laugh with my lovely audience. So let's just jump right into it. During 2005, Hurricane Katrina slammed through Louisiana, wreaking havoc to the landscape of New Orleans and leaving thousands in need. To help, NBC Universal aired a concert for hurricane relief to raise funds for the people down in New Orleans. The event would feature countless celebrities from Leonardo DiCaprio to Lindsay Lohan, and most importantly, Kanye West, who was fresh off the release of his critically acclaimed album, Late Registration. As of now, the charity was doing wonderful. Every celebrity was cooperating, and the donations were flying in. Kanye, who was scheduled to go live with comedian Mike Myers, was practicing his lines with the show's senior producer and music director, which up to that point his lines were supposed to be only facts about the hurricane. However, right before going live, Kanye essentially said, "Nah, I'ma do my own thing," saying to Mike Myers, "Yo, I'm gonna ad-lib a little bit." And by a little bit, he meant everything he said, which would lead to a moment everybody in America would never forget.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Wow. Kanye walks off the stage, leaving Myers there shocked. Executive producer Rick Kaplan, while recounting the events, said Myers looked like he was shot in the head, and George Bush just reached the lowest point of his presidency. But what if I told you that Kanye had a good reason to say that? Now, out of context, this just seems like classic Kanye, classic crazy Kanye saying things for attention. But what's often not reported about this incident is what Kanye actually said. Kanye did not randomly just say, George Bush does not care about black people. He prefaced the comments with a very sobering and racially nuanced speech about race relations in America and the president's response to the hurricane. "I hate the way they portray us in the media. If you see a black family, it says they're looting. You see a white family, it says they're looking for food. And you know that it's been 5 days because most of the people are black. America is set up to help the poor, the black people and the less well off as slow as possible. I'd go as far as to say that without Kanye saying that George Bush doesn't care about black people, the way we remember this incident is a lot more praising of Kanye. This was really the first time Kanye had gone rogue while live on television, and it was for sure going to cause an uproar across America, even being parodied on shows like SNL. But all in all, it does seem like there was some truth resonating in those words. After West's comments, Henry Connick Jr. along with country singers Faith Hill and Tim McGraw walked up to the executive producer Rick Kaplan and told him something the producer would never forget. That West's comments wouldn't ruin the show's legacy, but would ensure it would have one. That West's comments were important and correct. Years later, this remains an important critique of America by Kanye and is an example of Kanye using his platform in a semi-good way. His next controversy, however, the same thing cannot be said. 2009 VMAs. Kanye arrives on the red carpet clutching a bottle of Hennessy, which may have been a slight indicator of things to come. Kanye, who had been nominated for multiple awards that night, would be sitting in the front row. Taylor Swift arrived on the red carpet in a fanciful glass pumpkin-shaped Cinderella coach, wearing a glittering silver gown. She'd been invited to perform at the VMAs and was also up for an award for the You Belong With Me music video. Taylor Swift's biggest competition for the night was Beyonce, whose Single Ladies video was one of the best videos of all time, and Beyonce was seen as the favorite at the time. But as you know, the Best Female Music Video Award recipient was read out, and it was none other than Taylor Swift. Taylor went up to the stage and accepted the award. However, Kanye had different plans. Only a few seconds into Taylor's acceptance speech, Kanye rushed up to the stage, took the microphone, and said the iconic phrase,
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
And the crowd erupted into chaos. The camera cut to Beyonce, who was shocked, and the careers of Kanye West and Taylor Swift would be forever intertwined after that moment. Unfortunately for Kanye, and funnily enough, none of this had to happen, because the only reason Beyonce didn't win the Female Music Video Award was because she would go on to win the more prestigious outright Best Music Video Award. The VMAs just didn't want to give her two identical rewards. So whoops, Kanye, you might have overlooked that one. So with one foul swoop, Kanye managed to make two artists cry and turn the whole celebrity culture against him for quite literally no reason whatsoever. Kanye's gonna need to do some real damage control after that one. And damage control he did and do very well. That night, Kanye posted this to his blog as an apology. I'm so sorry to Taylor Swift and her fans and her mom. I spoke to her mom right after and she said the same thing my mother would have said. She is very talented. I like the lyrics about being a cheerleader and she's in the bleachers. I'm in the wrong for going on stage and taking away from her moment. Beyonce's video was the best of this decade. I'm sorry to my fans if I let you guys down. I'm sorry to my friends at MTV. I will apologize to Taylor tomorrow. Welcome to the real world. Everybody wanna boo me, but I'm a fan of real pop culture. No disrespect, but we watching the show at my crib right now cause, well, you know. I'm still happy for Taylor. Booyah! You are very, very talented. I gave my awards to Outkast when they deserved it over me. That's what it is. I'm not crazy, y'all. I'm just real. Sorry for that. I really feel bad for Taylor and I'm sincerely sorry. Much respect. Which is one of the best, worst apologies I've ever read. My favorite parts are, I like the lyrics about being a cheerleader and she's in the bleachers, which sounds like something a 5-year-old would say when describing a song, and him writing out, I'm not crazy y'all, right after writing, booyah! Unsurprisingly, that didn't help the situation. I mean, his apology could have been, sorry, I didn't oopsie daisy, and it probably would have been better. At this point, everybody was hating on Kanye. Even President Obama called him a jackass at the time. But a year later, the situation seemingly cooled down a little bit. During the 2010 VMAs, Taylor Swift would perform her song Innocent, with clips of the scandal from last year at the beginning. This was a very mature thing for Taylor to do, essentially accepting Kanye's apology and proclaiming he's still innocent, which lyrics such as 32 and Still Growing Up Now, which was Kanye's age at the time, and who you are is not what you did, you're still an innocent. Although it is worth it to say that some people found the song to be less forgiving and more condescending, which I can kinda see. It does sound like she's talking to Kanye as if he's a kid a little bit. It's okay, Kanye, you're 32 and still growing up. So we don't truly know if Kanye accepted the song or was upset about it, but there was no outburst at the time, so we can assume that he was at least a little bit cool with it. Even more years after the incident, the situation really seemed to come to an end. They were seen chatting at multiple events, Kanye had apologized multiple times, and they even seemed to joke around with each other after Kanye won the Music Vanguard Award in 2015.
I'm really happy for you, and I'm gonna let you finish. But Kanye West has had one of the greatest careers of all time.
And Kanye even sent Swift flowers. What a sweet guy. I'm glad he finally buried the hatchet with Taylor Swift.
For all my Southside niggas that know me best, I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Why? I made that bitch famous.
Yep, in 2016, Kanye released the song Famous and its music video. And just like that, the hatchet was dug back up and Kanye was swinging that thing. First of all, the music video features wax models of Taylor Swift and other celebrities naked, which I feel like has to be some sort of illegal, but it's still up on YouTube, so what do I know? And of course, more importantly, the lyrics, I made that bitch famous. The main controversy surrounding it though was that Kanye said that he had called Taylor Swift beforehand to okay the lyrics, and Taylor Swift said that she had not done that. And with the public having no clue who to believe, it was obvious the public was gonna side with Taylor Swift. I mean, the line is technically incorrect. I mean, you don't win an award without being at least a little bit famous. And to the public, it just sounds like Kanye is trying to degrade Swift's work. So for a few months, it seemed like the narrative would stay the same as always. Kanye is the mean villain attacking Swift, and Swift is the innocent person. Until Kanye's wife, Kim Kardashian, came to his defense and posted the whole phone call on her Snapchat story. Say what you want about Kim Kardashian, but she sure did defend her husband a lot, especially considering one of the lines in the song where I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Yeah, if my significant other said that, I probably would have killed them. Anyway, the video is a very hard watch to say the least. It's funny because you can tell that Kanye thinks that Taylor Swift will not like the lyric, so he keeps putting it off.
What does it say?
Okay, so it says, and the song is so dope, and I've literally...
And off.
Okay, then let me hear it.
Okay. It says, and the funny thing is...
And off. And then he says the lyrics to Taylor.
I feel like Taylor Swift might owe me sex.
And the first thing she says is...
That's not mean.
And I think Taylor deserves some credit for not taking the line to heart, because if someone said that about me in a song, I would probably be more upset about it. Unfortunately, nowhere in the video does he mention the line, I made that bitch famous, which was what Taylor was upset about in the first place. And honestly, listening to the phone call just makes me a little sad, because Kanye and Taylor Swift are talking to each other like they're best friends.
But that's really nice that you did.
Oh, you mean like unexpected shit, like you take the time to give someone a really valuable award and then they completely run for president right afterwards? Like unexpected in that type of way?
We have not talked about that. What happened?
I just thought that was wavy.
It's honestly very sweet, but now it really seems like they are never, ever getting back together as friends. Alright, pivoting over to things more funny and less controversial, because I said, have a little laugh with my lovely audience, and proceeded to talk about race relations in America. One week I'm making a Young Sheldon fan account, and the next I'm covering racism. Anyway, what better place to find Kanye doing something funny than the show that's supposed to be funny, SNL. SNL and Kanye West have always had controversy between the two. From the numerous times the show has made fun of him, to Kanye's backstage meltdown about Donald Trump. But my favorite part of this saga is way less controversial and way more funny. In 2018, Kanye went on SNL with Boomer's least favorite artist, Lil Pump, and sang the song I Love It. Except this song is not appropriate for television, so they had to change like half the lyrics to make it TV friendly. So it seemed like it was doomed from the start, but it only got worse. Lil Pump and Ye showed up dressed in bottles of drinks and were just awkwardly dancing around the whole time. And you know what? It doesn't matter that they changed the lyrics to make it TV friendly, because Kanye is just incoherently mumbling the entire time. And still, he ends up slipping up and singing the explicit version multiple times. It's easily one of the laziest performances I've ever seen on live TV, but I'd be lying if I said that Kanye doesn't look like he's having the time of his life. I don't think I've ever seen that much joy in his eyes before. Another thing that I don't think you can leave out when mentioning funny things that Kanye has done is his Twitter. I hate when I'm on a flight and I wake up with a water bottle next to me. Like, oh great, now I gotta be responsible for this water bottle. I no longer have a manager. I can't be managed. I need this horse. Kings need horses. And probably my favorite Twitter moment is Kim Kardashian above Kanye's tweet trying to defend him from all the haters and all that. And then right below it, it's Kanye saying, "I'm nice at ping pong." One of Kanye's most infamous Twitter incidents has to do with his unreleased album, Yandhi. On September 27th, 2018, Kanye posted on Twitter the date 9/29/2018, which would be the release date of the album Yandhi. However, the 29th came and went, and there was no album, leaving many fans to be disappointed. Fortunately, Kanye took to Twitter to clear everything up. "To my fans, thank you for being loyal and patient. I can't finish the album because there's a bee in the studio." And we basically never heard about the album again until 2019 when Jesus is King released. Jesus is King is essentially the closest thing we'll ever get to Yandhi. And you want to know how the fans know that? It's because a good amount of the songs are the same songs that were leaked from Yandhi, except with Christianized lyrics. Law of Attraction is now Use This Gospel, Chakras is now Selah, and there are many more examples. You know how people make Minecraft parodies and change the lyrics to have to do with Minecraft? It's like Kanye took his songs and made Bible parodies. The lyrics go from Kanye gave up the West, Kanye to Yeezy, to won't be in bondage to any man, John 8:33. Or if you woke then wake up, sob then make up, stop killing and make up, that's that shit that shake up. To if you woke then wake up, with Judas kiss and make up, even with the bitter cup, forgave my brothers and drank up. And that's just the tip of the iceberg with the Christianized lyrics. The changes are just hilarious to read. I implore you guys to check out some of them for yourself because it's just a joy to see them. That's not the only time Kanye has done some silly things in his music. There's quite a few more songs that have some interesting quirks, to say the least. The first song we'll take a look at is Drunken Hot Girls, which is one of the, if not the worst Kanye songs. And believe it or not, it's not because the song centers around the problematic theming of drunken hot girls. The lyrics have their own meaning in terms of the album's overall story. The song just sounds like shit. It's really just an unpleasant melody to listen to with a few questionable moments. If you've never listened to it before, I really think you should. It's just an interesting sounding song, not really like any other Kanye song. Another song is Lift Yourself, which despite being on my sex playlist, is not very good. Let's just listen to it.
Whoopie scoop, scoop dee whoop, whoop dee scoop dee poop.
Yep, that's real. That's not AI. That's a real published Kanye West song. I've read many interpretations as to why this song exists. One article I read says it's Kanye critiquing the rap scene, saying it's stale. But I don't know. When I listen to that song, that doesn't feel like the takeaway I get from it. That's like if I made a YouTube video and I just said the word poo for like a minute straight and I said it was a critique on YouTube. The main theory I've seen on TikTok that I want to believe is that Drake wanted to buy the beat and Kanye outbid him for it and made a shitty song just to be petty, which does seem like a Kanye thing to do, but just take that with a grain of salt because I couldn't find many articles saying that other than a Rolling Stones one that I had to pay to see more of it, and Lord knows I'm not paying to read an article. The last song I wanted to take a look at is Blame Game. Now, I like this song. I think it's an emotional song that takes a look at toxicity in a relationship, and overall it's a pleasant sound to the ears. However, I can't say the same about the end of the song because it's Chris Rock talking about his sexual experiences with Kanye's ex.
I was fucking parts of your pussy I've never fucked before. I was in there like, oh shit, I never been here before.
It's so funny because at the end of the song, Kanye gives a beautiful excerpt of a poem about breaking up with someone you love. Alright, so this keeps getting copyrighted, so pretend I'm Kanye. Gone for eternity, we erased one another. And then a minute later, Chris Rock is saying this.
This is some Cirque du Soleil pussy now.
All with that emotional music in the background.
Easy repulsive, my pussy.
All in all, that's not even close to everything funny Kanye has done. Like one time he did a poor person photo shoot with Kim. I don't know if it gets more tone deaf than that. Amongst a world of celebrities, Kanye is like a shooting star and also a meteoroid. He has amazing talent and the power to bring people together through his music, but he also leaves a trail of flames behind him wherever he goes. What the future holds for Kanye, I do not know. I hope he returns to making amazing music, but the way it's looking, I'm starting to think that will never happen. But even still, he's giving us funny things to talk about every single day. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I'm Jeffery Phillips, and thanks.